just it is
then in this lecture we are going to just focus only on the organic matter and the terminology related to organic matter or the humus content. Okay, see, first thing, if you talk about the soil organic matter, then first thing, from where the organic matter comes into the soil. Okay, what are the sources of soil organic matter? Then there can be two types of sources associated with the soil organic matter. First will be partially decomposed or fully decomposed plant or animal residue. Okay, that will be organic source of soil organic matter. And another, what happens that if on some microorganic matter compounds, that is, there will be some organic matter compounds which is synthesized by the soil microbes when they are decomposing other organic compound. Okay, you know, there are types of inorganic reaction, physical reaction, organic inorganic reaction. When you talk about in case of nitrogen, phosphorus, in inorganic chemistry, there you will see the inorganic reactions. In the environment there is physical reaction, then such there are organic reaction also. Then by some of the organic matters or compounds are synthesized by the soil microbes when they are decaying the other organic matter content. Then they are the source from which the soil is getting organic matter. Other sources are like plant tissue or the roots or the grasses or the remains of previous harvested crops or the waste of animals. These are the sources for the soil organic matter. Now this you have seen the soil organic matter, but when you talk about, sir, what are the factors that are affecting soil organic matter? Does the organic content of the soil remains throughout all the season, either in the Kharif season, either in the Rabi season, or either in the Zaid season? Is it always same? Right? Then these are the various factors which you have to see. See, if you talk about the different factors that affect the soil organic matter, then you first see temperature. Okay, temperature, then rainfall, then vegetation, after that the texture, soil texture, after that the drainage, after that the cropping system or the rotations or crop rotations. These are the factors which are governing the soil organic matter in the soil. See, first if we talk about the temperature, you do know temperature has high impact on anything. No, if you talk about the factors affecting anything, one parameter is you will see that there is a temperature. Okay, if you see, then organic matter and nitrogen content of the temperature increases if you are moving from a place from warmer region to cooler areas. You think what sir is speaking? Yes, of course, because if it is in a warmer region, then there will be decomposition. Then organic matter is already being converted into humus. Then when you move to cooler region, then there is less rate of decomposition. Then of course the organic matter which is present there will be available there. When you move from warmer region to cooler region, then you will see that increase in the nitrogen content as well as the organic matter content, because organic matter decomposition is accelerated in warm climate, right? After that, if you see generally, then for each 10-degree decline in mean annual temperature, the total organic matter and nitrogen content increases by 2 to 3 times. The total organic matter and nitrogen content increases by 2 to 3 times when there is 10-degree decline in the mean annual temperature. Means you are declining the temperature, means you are moving towards colder region, right? After that, rainfall. Of course, if there is a more moisture, see, for microbes to decompose the organic matter, there should be optimum moisture content. Low moisture content and more moisture content is not suitable for the microbes. Then of course, when you are increasing the soil moisture, then organic matter content will also increase. Now if you talk about the natural vegetation, just we have discussed before starting the lecture that organic matter will be higher in case of soil developed under the grassland than the forest. This was about what? Natural vegetation. Next is texture. Type of soil texture will have higher organic content. Of course, fine texture soils are generally higher in organic content than the coarse texture soils. Again, drainage. If there is a poorly drained soil, then there will be high moisture content. Is it right?
yes.
In poorly drained soil, there will be high moisture content. Is it right or not?
Yes, sir.
And poor and moisture content is high and the aeration, soil aeration is poor, and that will lead to the more accumulation of organic matter and nitrogen as compared to the drained soil. Okay, again cropping. Of course, virgin soil will have more organic or cropped area. Which soil will have more organic content, virgin soil or cropped area?
Cropped area.
More organic.
Virgin soil.
Yes, of course.
Virgin soil.
Yes, virgin soil. These things I think we have discussed before also. Again, rotation. If you are rotating the cross of, suppose if you are rotating of cereals with legumes, and this will also result in the higher organic matter content. More thing, what are the importance of this soil organic matter? If you see, give me, okay. Anyone can tell the three good example, importance of soil organic matter and the most important. First thing, it improves the soil aeration and permeability. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Water holding capacity of the soil is also increased by the organic matter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And organic matter is associated with the CEC of the soil, soil cation exchange capacity. And this is the major importance which you are seeing from which point of view? Plant point of view. You are seeing the benefits of plant. Then these 3 points is important, because if you are improving the soil aeration, if you are improving the soil permeability, if you are improving the soil CEC, if you are improving the water holding capacity, indirectly this is going to benefit whom? Plant. But you can see soil organic matter serves as energy for many microbes also, because some organic acid decomposition, organic matter decomposition releases energy also, and that energy will be utilized by the microbes. Then it is a source of energy also for the microbes. And some microbes, like some organisms like earthworms, they may obtain food from the organic matter. Now you have seen the importance regarding the plant, but you have to see importance regarding the microbes and earthworm. You think why microbes are feeding on that? Something they are getting, that's why they are decomposing. No one does anything for free, right? Well, these are the few important things that this was the role of organic matter. Okay, now when you talk about the decomposition of organic matter, then the substance that is present in the organic matter all decomposes at the same rate, or all they decompose it at different rates?
At different rate.
Okay, then if you say sugar, hemicellulose, and wax, which will decompose at faster rate?
Sugar.
Hemicellulose.
Okay,
Sugar.
so if you talk about the rapid decomposition, then sugar, proteins, starch, they will decompose at rapid. Okay, when we see less rapid, then it will like hemicellulose, cellulose, they will decompose at less rate. After that, if you say very slow decomposition, then it will come fat, waxes, resins, lignins, they decompose at very slow rate. Okay, then or not IBPS AFO, they can ask question from anywhere, so we cannot. I said once, if the question can be asked your scientific name of rice, then the question can be asked from any section. Okay, these are some good questions, better than that questions. Now, see, substance containing carbon or organic matter, soil organic matter. Soil organic matter, what it consists of the decomposing plant animal residue. It also includes substance organic origin, either living or dead. Chemically, organic matter consists of polysaccharides, that is maybe cellulose, hemicellulose, starch, and pectin, lignin, and protein. These things we have discussed. Okay, just now we have seen that lignin is one of the this I have shown you that decomposition regarding the various substances and their decomposition rate. Then see here it is given lignin is one of the most resistant organic substance for the microorganism to degrade. However, certain basidiomycetes fungi are known to degrade lignin also, but at slow rate. Okay, generally see decomposition of organic matter is slowest at pH. If the pH of organ that in the soil is less than 6, then the decomposition of organic matter will be slow. And the fastest means fastest is given pH of 6 to 8. It means 6 to 8 is the optimum pH for the decomposition of organic matter. This thing also we have seen that soil organic matter plays important role in soil physical condition. Just we are discussing, no, it improves the water holding capacity, it improves the soil aeration, it improves the soil cation exchange capacity. Then these are the what they are influencing the physical and chemical properties of the soil, right? Now organic matter supplies energy, source of soil microorganism. These things also we have discussed. Again, if you see the humus content, then 50% in humus there is a carbon, 30% there is a oxygen, 5% nitrogen, and 5% hydrogen, right? This now role of organic matter. This just we have seen that it creates granular condition, means it is improving the soil aeration as well as the permeability, water holding capacity of the soil is increased. See, if you are giving the organic matter is there present on the soil surface, then it will also decrease the surface runoff because it will work as a mulches. Okay, and it will improve the infiltration capacity of the soil. Okay, after that, you know that or how organic matter reduces the bulk density. This also you have seen. If organic matter is reducing the bulk density, indirectly it is increasing the porosity or not?
Increasing the porosity.
Yeah. Again,
Yes, sir.
after that, organic matter I told you, so it is a source of for microbes. Again, food for the like earth organism like earthworm. See, after that, organic matter releases some when you are decomposing organic matter, then some organic acids are released in the soil which can neutralize the alkalinity of the soil also. If the soil, some soils are alkaline in nature, and that the acid, which is organic acid, which is released in the soil, that can be useful in neutralizing the alkalinity of the soil. This is also a good point. Now, next is humus. Humus is what? It is highly decomposed organic organic matter, which provides what a storehouse for the exchangeable and available cation. Because see, in what happens in humus, if you see, and humus, in humus, which type of charge is present, positive or negative?
Both.
Yes, both. Because do you know this humus is colloidal particles, okay, and the colloidal particles are negatively charged as well as the
Positively charged.
now if you see and see the nutrient available in the humus can be cation also, but humus, if you see the property of humus, it has colloidal nature. After that means it has high water holding capacity, it has high CEC. CEC is of near about 150 to 300 of this humus. Okay, now see then if you see, okay, what do you mean by crystalline and amorphous solid? And just humus is a resistant mixture of brown color or little black color, but it is called as amorphous solid. Why amorphous solid? What is amorphous solid?
Use a structural arrangement.
Yes, because the unit from which this humus are formed and their structural element is uniform or non-uniform.
Not uniform.
Uniform.
Suppose you take the example of suppose you are taking an example of rubber. Rubber is a amorphous solid because the constituent from which it is made and there's that particles arrangement in the inside the rubber is not fixed. Okay, and that's why, see, suppose if you are dividing any substance, means any things into two parts, but and the both parts should have equal proportion of everything. That is case of crystalline structure, but not in case of amorphous structure. Maybe that's one part has got larger component and another part has got lesser component. That is amorphous solid. Okay, after that, if you see now this point, you listen, in humus carbon and nitrogen ratio is 10:1, and this is, I think, CN ratio is for the entire Indian soil. What is this average CN ratio in our country is 10:1 to 12:1, right? Is it, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now you see the content of the humus. First there will be humus substance. What is on the if you, humic substance? If you talk about the humic substance, then on the basis of solubility, humus substance are divided into three classes. One is fulvic acid, another is humic acid, and last is humin. Fulvic acid, this which has lowest molecular weight, and it is soluble in both acid and alkali substance. And when you talk about the humic acid, it is medium molecular weight, but it is soluble in alkali and not soluble in acid. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And after that, humin, it has high molecular weight and it is insoluble in case of both acid as well as alkali. Understood? Now, what is non-humic substance? Anyone? Anyone? Non-humic substance?
Carbohydrates.
Yeah,
lipids.
simply, you have seen the things which is present in the humic substance. In non-humic means all these things that are present in plant or microorganism, like this protein, carbohydrate, lignins, fat. These are all what? Non-humic substance. What we are thinking in this? Properties, they are colloidal nature. Okay, they are generally have high surface area. If you see in the case of properties, then it has negatively charged. Okay. And that I discuss about the cation and anion. Okay, that will be one we are going to discuss. But see, for the if you see the property of the humus, it is of colloidal nature and it has negatively charged and it has high surface area, high CEC, high water holding capacity. Means it has all the properties that is beneficial for the proper growth and development of the plant. Again, humus is a favorable condition, it provides favorable effect on what thing in the aggregate formation. And if there is it is helpful in the aggregate formation, then where you can relate it to aggregation. If it is helpful in aggregate formation, then you can relate it to which part, which I think I have taught that portion. Soil aggregation, we are discussing mainly in which topic?
Colloid.
We discussed it in soil structure, right?
Yes, sir.
Now next is CN ratio.
10:1.
Yeah, that is 10:1. Means it is the ratio between the nitrogen content
Nitrogen content.
and that carbon. Now you see, if there is a, you know, this CN ratio helps in predicting the rate of decomposition. See, suppose when there are fresh plant residue is added to the soil, when fresh plant residue is added to the plant, what happens at that time? They are very rich in carbon content. They are rich in carbon content, but poor in nitrogen. And then this can reach to the result in the CN ratio that maybe is to 40:1. In that condition, what happens? Decomposition of organic matter in the soil. After that, in the beginning, the plant residue is having higher content of the carbon as compared to the nitrogen, then there will be decomposition. And due to that decomposition, what happens? Soil changes its pH to 10:1. Why now it has become 10:1? Why it has become 10:1?
Carbon is consumed by the microbes.
Yes.
Carbohydrate.
Yeah. When material that is, suppose some material that is high in carbon are added to the soil, then what happens? The microbial population. See, suppose if there is no food and some you put some food for you put it the food in that places, then the organism which is a habit of feeding that substance will increase their population automatically. Their population will be increased. Okay, then if carbon, if some such materials are added to the soil that is rich in carbon, then that will lead to the increase in the
Microbial population.
Now, what happens during this process? What happens? The now the microbial population is increased because there are plenty of supply of food is there. Then lot of CO2 will be released due to microbial respiration. Okay. Now if this a lot of CO2 is released due to the decomposition process, not due to microbial respiration. During this process, microorganism what they do is they utilize the nitrogen for their body buildup, because you know protein, these are the if you talk about the protein structures, then it contains nitrogen. Then that nitrogen from where microorganism gains? That gains while decomposing the organic matter. Okay, and see now what happens while they were decomposing the organic matter, then they have utilized the nitrogen for their body makeup. Okay, then that nitrogen is temporarily blocked in the environment now, or in the soil, because that is present with the soil microbes. After that, when the decomposition of fresh organic residue reaches to the stage where the CN ratio is 20:1, there is an increase in the availability of nitrogen. There will be increase in the availability of nitrogen. Now next, see, of course CN ratio will be lower in case of arid region and humid region. Okay, see there are how many regions you can consider? Suppose you are talking about the arid region, humid region. Okay, then if you compare arid region and humid region, then CN ratio will be lower in case of arid region. Of course, in case of arid region, there is not much more organic carbon. Yeah, not much more organic compound. Then from where the CN ratio will be higher? It is lower in the case of arid region, and it will be higher in case of humid region. These are the carbon CN ratio of different. See, humus 10:1, normal ideal soil average is 10:1 to 12:1. For arable soils or cultivated land is 12:1 to 14:1. Legumes and FYM is 20:1 to 30:1. Straw 100:1. Sawdust, it is highest 400:1, and the microbes, it is the lowest 4:1 to 9:1. It looks very simple, but what to do? It is a part of our questions that is being asked repeatedly in different examinations. Okay, sometimes this question also hurts. You will get confused. Now, organic matter content. If you see organic matter content in this Indian soil, it is generally less than 0.5%. Okay, and nitrogen content in humus and organic matter is about 5 to 5%, and carbon ranges from 52 to 58%. That's why due to the high carbon content, CN ratio ranges from 9:1 to 12:1. If you see the nitrogen status in general soil, it's 0.03 to 0.5%. It means what? Means presence of 1000 kg of nitrogen per hectare. After by year, what happens? The organic matter content in the soil is declined. And organic matter is the key of production and maintain the soil health. Just we have discussed that it is organic matter content is higher in grassland than forest area. Okay, from this section also one question was that organic matter is calculated by multiplying the organic carbon values by a conversion factor of 1.724. Okay, 1.724. Organic matter equals to organic carbon into 1.724. Okay, and 1.724 is called as Bemblin factor, and this question was asked in IBPS AFO. What is the value of Bellman factor? Can anyone this say? How many of you are knowing that 1.724 is known as Bemblin factor? How many of you are knowing? And this question was asked in IBPS AFO. Okay, Gautam, you were knowing. And this question was asked in IBPS AFO. Okay, and fastly, I'm something which I added in this PPT. Just I'll speak in fast. You can just listen it. Okay. Do you know mineralization and immobilization? What is mineralization and immobilization? When you are converting
minerals, organic matter into minerals.
Okay, for if you see for the plant important, you can say due to the process of mineralization only the different elements are present, are brought into available form that is utilized by the plant.
That is mineralization.
Yeah. And immobilization is what? It is reverse of mineralization. What happens in this? Available form of element is fixed in as a immobile form. Means now that it will not be available to the plant. Suppose denitrification, you see what happens? It is converted final product. It is converted into elemental nitrogen. That and elemental nitrogen cannot be absorbed by the plant. See this. Remember one thing that when CN ratio exceeds 30:1, then immobilization occurs. When it is below 20:1, then mineralization takes place, and when it is 20:1 to 30:1, then both immobilization as well as mineralization takes place. Nitrogen mineralization, if we talk, then it is in three parts. One is immunization, ammonification, and nitrification. In case of immunization, what happens? There is a hydroelectric decomposition of protein. Okay, when it is in immunization, these proteins are decomposed and they are by some heterotrophs giving rise to amines and amino acids. And that amines and amino acids in the process of ammonification, through the process of ammonification, is converted into
Ammonia.
ammonical compound. Then now you know ammonia is the available form for nitrogen. Okay, in case of nitrification, what happens in this process? What happens in this is a conversion of ammonia to nitrite and then to nitrate. First, you see nitrosomonas, what they do, they convert ammonical form to nitrite, NO2 minus, and after that nitrobacter converts nitrite into nitrate, and this nitrate form is available, means can be absorbed by the plant. Then this question is also asked in the IBPS. This organism responsible for converting the nitrite into nitrate during the nitrification. The option there were nitrosomonas also, nitrobacter also. Okay. After that, if you see optimum temperature required for nitrifying bacteria is 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, and optimum pH is 6.5 to 7.5. Okay. After that, nitrogen loss of nitrogen can be through the process of volatilization also. How through volatilization? When the pH is above 8 and 2 is lost in the form of ammonia in alkaline medium. Means, see, 60% of the nitrogen loss in India is due to volatilization. Hence, that's why in alkali soil, nitrogen application should be raised by 25%. Why it is said that in alkali soil you have to raise the application of nitrogen by 25%? Why? Due to the problem of
pH.
What? Due to the problem of volatilization. Okay. Are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
What happens in case of denitrification? It was means in this what happened? The available form is converted into elemental nitrogen, and that elemental nitrogen is brought back into the environment in case of denitrification. Okay. And this is also one of the method through which nitrogen is loss of nutrient through percolating water, that is leaching, and nitrate fertilizer is highly susceptible to leaching. You know these things. It was not so tough topic. That's why I finished this in a speed, because it is organic matter. Now, if once you read and see, this was the part from which question can be asked. And now, if you add some other things in that maybe that will comes on another topic. But if you talk especially about the organic matter and humus, then it's enough. Okay, because what they will go deep into this. This is the only basic concept related to organic matter and humus. More nothing is there. Okay, and this was, I think, in my point of view, it was easy topic. So I just before only I thought that I'll not give more detail more anything, because from where the question comes, that can be covered within half an hour to 35 minutes. That's why I finished this lecture in a speed. Okay. Now, our one topic is still pending. You must remember that water content, soil water. Okay, and that will take time. That's why I have not started that lecture. I have not taken that topic today, because from that topic to finish, I need proper time. Okay, that cannot be finished in a hurry. That have to be see. It is very easy to remember that at what pressure which water is available. Very easy to remember. But when you understand the concepts, then it is very hard to forget. And your target should be, should be hard to forget, not easy to remember. If I would be wanted, I would have taken the soil water and I could finish also even 30 to 35 minutes. But I don't want. I want that all should get benefited regarding that topic, because that is such topic. Nearly every year in various examination, question from that topic is generally asked. Okay. Regarding tomorrow class timing, I'll announce in the group so that I can get proper time and enough time for that lecture. And please try to join the class when the link is sent in the group. As soon as try to join the class. Don't come 5-10 minutes that, oh, class link is sent, then you upgrade yourself, motivate you. Don't do that. Just join the classes. Okay. I've seen many students coming late in the class. That's why I said this. Okay. See you next lecture.